I'm not gonna lie, I have waited a long time for this. Hey, it's Romania Black, and it's been a minute since I have recorded anything for Heaven Official's Blessing. It feels so good to say that. Oh my gosh, whenever the short OVAs came out that I'm assuming are connecting season 2 to a potential down the road season 3, we can only hope scenario. The first part came out and Raky told me about it, who is a fellow patron over on Patreon, and they were like, I think there's gonna be 3 parts, and I said, okay, well, I know that each part's going to be like 8 minutes long. I would rather wait until all 3 parts come out and we have like a solid 21-minute episode to look through. So I have been for over a year waiting for all 3 parts. It may be 2 years close to it, waiting for all 3 parts to come out, which is insane. But it finally has happened over the winter break and into early spring of this year. They were like, okay, part 3 is out. And I was like, I had so much back to back on my channel and I had travel and everything else going on. I'm like, oh, there's no way I can get to it right now. But it is finally summer. My classes are over. My final grades have been turned in. I feel like Genie off Aladdin where the shackles come off. It's like, I'm free. So I'm free for a good solid 2.5 months. So I was like, the first thing on my list is I've got to get to Heaven Official's Blessings, the OVAs 1 through 3. I don't know what they're called exactly. I'm going to check with the channel and the Patreon to see what people are calling these 3 mini episodes, but I'm going to guess that when we left off, we were done with Chirong and the mines. We had just gotten out of Heaven Official's Blessing. It's so sad because in my mind, to me, the best part about Heaven Official's Blessing, we've not even animated yet. Like, all the great stuff is yet to come, and we've just gotten to the bare bones right now, and nothing against Banyu. I feel like Banyu's been adapted like 39 times because they can't get past it. I'm like, just get to the good stuff. So I feel as if we're going to do the past. I feel like this is going to be, if I were to guess, 21 minutes long would be the incident where we get the past where Shilian saves Hua Chong as a child. Maybe we get the little past, and my guess is that the whole thing is going to end with Hua Chong running away, saying, I'm going to do this for you, and then we cut back to now. I'm going to guess. But I've been really excited to see this animated. It's in 3 parts. There are English subtitles. We're going to be watching it. There's going to be a link to the reaction down below, and then we're going to come back and talk about all 3 together as a group on YouTube here. But I want to give a massive shout out to Raky over on Patreon, because not only were they being diligent and making sure that I had all 3 shorts, but as soon as they were out, I've had these saved on my desktop for like a year now. As soon as they came out, they were like, here it is, like downloaded, subtitles, ready to go. And the people on my channel are so considerate and kind and make sure I'm hooked up with whatever I need to react to. And I'm like, y'all are doing the Lord's work. You're doing Shilian's work right in this. So anyway, I'm super excited to finally be talking about this again. I feel like it's been so long. I talk about Heaven Official's Blessing and Modao Zushi all the time on the channel. I'm like, oh, and this is related to this and that. But it feels so good to go back. Somebody asked if I was going to do the audio drama again. Honestly, it's whenever Treasure Chest Subs uploads. Right now, I'm kind of doing, on my Mondays, I'm doing Thousand Autumns, and we're doing the audio dramas. We're talking about the audio dramas with the novel readings. So that's kind of where I'm at in audio drama territory. But yeah, as soon as Treasure Chest Subs gets some new ones translated, sure, I would like to fit one in like every month or so. So we'll just have to see. But it's a little chillsome right now, so I got myself some coffee poured. I'm ready to go. Thank you all so much for watching with me. I know it's taken forever for me to get to this, but thank you for bearing with me as I had to open up time on the channel to fit this slot in. So we're going to be doing all 3 episodes. I've got my player set to where all 3 are in a row. I may have to adjust the scale of it to fit where I'm screen capturing. So bear with me as I do that, but we're not going to waste any more time, y'all. I'm so excited. I have waited so long for this. We are going to look at Heaven Official's Blessing, the 3 OVAs, and we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. Oh! And let's start. This was a damn tease. This was a damn tease. It's not fair. No. Oh my gosh. Such a tease. Such a tease. I'm going to have to turn the sound down on this one. Oh my gosh, to relook at these 3 with you all. Oh, That is such a tease. It's been over a year, so I can see now why some people were like, you should just go ahead and watch them one at a time. But honestly, I wanted to watch them as a set, and I'm glad that I did. But I was really hoping that all three of these would be like OVAs that would set up for upcoming seasons. Now, I know some people will be like, well, they've already shown us the backstory with Shilian and Hua Chong and like when he catches him and the impetus for everything. But I would totally be fine if they did a season 3 and incorporated that animation into the season. Because honestly, in this first one here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up so you all can see here in 3, 2, 1. As we pull this up, the opening, I'm going to talk about the opening at the very end because it's beautiful, but it is the same for all of them. The start of this series, this felt like episode 1 of season 1, just the grandeur of the architecture, the reds, the gold, all the white horses. Like, it just felt exactly like season 1, only instead of being up at, the Heaven's Palace, it's down here on the ground in Shilian's home country. So I could easily see them starting out the season with this and just going, because what they do is they show from that volume the prelude, the prologue. Basically, we take a flashback of Shilian. He's supposed to be playing the crown prince, who's like the deity that comes to fight the demon, and Shilian messes up. Shilian is essentially, he pulls an Ariel from The Little Mermaid, because if you've ever watched Disney's The Little Mermaid, Ariel's late for her own like ceremony, and she's running late, and she shows up at the last minute. In this story, Shilian is running late, and Mu Qing, who's very frustrated in the story, is the demon, and Mu Qing kind of like lets out his anger at Shilian for being late to the ceremony, because it's this big tradition. They're supposed to go 7 minutes around the city, and it's supposed to be good luck and all of this, and Shilian throws off all the good luck because he stops the procession from going on time to catch Hua Chong. And they didn't really show that angle of it. What we see is everything from Hua Chong's perspective in this opening, in this one. So I could easily see them just reusing this animation, incorporating it into the story, and then having it all play out like it's supposed to. I don't know if they will do that. I'm sad if they're not going to animate anymore with Heaven's Official's Blessing, because it's just like there's so much you could animate, and it's so freaking good that I'm like, but why not? So, and I get they want to show some animation, and this is nice, but Mu Qing looks really good as the Oni. Like, there's definitely a Qi-Rong element to that, of what Mu Qing is wearing. There's a Qi-Rong element. I could see where a young Qi-Rong would have taken inspiration in that moment from the outfit, most definitely. Also, that sword is freakishly long. Crazy long, actually. But yeah, he's upset because he's waiting. Also, can we talk about Mu Qing's black nails? Can we talk about the black nails? I'm loving the aesthetic. Loving it. Waiting for Shilian to get there. And then, yeah, they're like, demon, be gone! And he like... Mu Qing looks great there. I love him in the gear. Waiting for... Why is there only a demon? He's waiting for Shilian to show up. Right? And then there's little Hua Chong, little Sun Long, with his like bandages over his eyes and everything. Why is the martial god who pleased the gods not here? An auspicious time. We want to see His Highness. I'm pretty sure that is, like, at that moment there, that's not Feng Xin, right? So is that in the purple robes? Is that supposed to be our dear old advisor? Is that supposed to be who that is? Waiting on them? They can't delay much longer. We want to see His Highness. I feel like it is them. Interesting. They look a lot younger there. And they're like, God is here. No, it's His Highness. It's both. But yeah, Shilian looks amazing. Goes down there to fight Qi-Rong. Honestly, the way that the mask was positioned, I really thought that was... I didn't see the line of the mask at first, and I thought that Shilian just had some makeup on and the gold, like, lipstick. I really thought that was their makeup for a hot second. And the butterfly part was just the mask. But yeah, no. Instead, there he be. The interesting thing is, the red part here that's under the robes, whenever we get to the third OVA, it's like the part that Hua Chong makes for him kind of borrows from this. So if Hua Chong is basing this off memory, he's like using references of when he saw Shilian, like the moments that influenced him the most. He's using it to model the clothes after. So that's fun. That's super nice. I love that. But yeah, And so yeah, then Mu Ching's like, "What's about damn time you got here?" So yeah, so they duke it out, just like they do in the book. And then God, it's so pretty. And yeah, Hua Chong like leans over to try to get a better look at it, right? And that's when Shilian notices the kid plunging from the city wall that was going to plunge to his death. But Shilian saves him. Yep. And catches him before he can fall entirely. Yeah. Of course, when he does that, the mask falls off and Shilian reveals himself, which is a big taboo. The fleeting glimpse, 100 lifetimes enthralled. That's all it took. That's all it took. Hua Chong was hook, line, and sinker from that moment. Dedicated to Shilian. He was like a goner the moment he saw his face. Oh, I love the parallel of Shilian catching him and holding him to save him. And then at the end of these OVAs where Hua Chong is holding Shilian and taking him to the manor and everything. And it's like, the way it's all come full circle. I'm just, it scratches an itch. It satisfies. It just, I love seeing this animated. It's so cute. All the little ornate details and everything. I thought we saw Chi-Rong. Yes, that is Chi-Rong. There he is, young Chi-Rong. Oh my God, we need to see more of him. Yes, in the green, because there's Shilian's parents up there on the throne. And yeah, there's Chi-Rong. He's got the braid. He's got the green robes. I can't believe we get to see a young version of him before he becomes one of the calamities. Yes. Oh my gosh. He's like, "I smell 2 gay men on the platform." Chi-Rong's like in front of my salad. I love it. See, they tease us so much with this. They tease us so much, and it makes me want to see like a whole season where it all gets detailed. But yeah, Shilian saving little tiny Hua Chong. He looks so cute there. You know, honestly, if they didn't want to animate the whole season, I hate to say this, I would love to see the entire book animated. I really, really would, the entire thing. But if they decided to give us a highlight reel animated and just do shorts of the best moments animated, I'm not going to say no to it. I'm not going to say no to it. But I would like the entire season animated. I think they could easily do it if they wanted to. I mean, this looks gorgeous. They could get it done. And of course, Shilian's like, "Here, hang on to me and I'll protect you." I always did think that for a little bit, Mu Ching was a bit jealous. Just a little bit jealous of Shilian. Maybe not so much jealous of Shilian and his relationship with Hua Chong, because I don't think Mu Ching likes Shilian that way. But maybe just how brazen Shilian is in his affection towards San Long. And the fact that Shilian just loves so freely and Mu Ching feels like that's not an option for him. I think he's more envious of that than anything. Because yeah, he's not happy throughout all of this. So yeah, he saved that little kid. Now in the book, it becomes a big deal because he messed up the procession. He messed up the procession, which threw everything off, which gave the whole city bad luck and all this. And then Hua Chong kind of lives up to that whole bad luck standard. But here's the thing. They skip ahead quite a bit to this part here where San Long is putting the flower in the statue's hand, like praying to the statue of Shilian. Because in the book, in between these two scenes, Shilian gets to be elevated to the status of a god, and that's why they start putting the statues up to pray for him and all that. And Shilian's not supposed to interact with the public anymore since he's a deity, and he kind of breaks the rules by interacting with San Long when San Long's at his lowest. He talks to him, and that's why when he does it, you can hear Mu Ching and Feng Shen in the background being like, "Don't do that, stop, Your Majesty, you're breaking the rules." Which he does for San Long. But I felt so bad. I didn't like these kids picking on him. Like, they get to that, I'm like, and the way that the light left his eyes, the light's only in his eyes when he's with Shilian. So sad. But yeah, I'm like, boys, you all have no idea. Like, he's going to grow up to be like a deity himself, the king of the ghosts. And so Shilian scared the guys away with his powers, and then he showed up to San Long and gave him the red umbrella, which is so sad, where he's like, "Please answer me. Why is living so painful?" And it's one of the things I love about Heaven Official's Blessing is it's the story of these two souls who go through so much trauma and sadness and despair and question whether they should exist in their worlds. And what ends up happening is that each one of them gives the other a reason to live. And it's so romantic and it's so heartwarming and it's so powerful. And whenever Shilian reaches out to Sanlong here saying, if you have no other reason to exist in this world, then exist for me. Like that's, And see, that's the thing. Shilian, before he went through the whole ordeal with his parents and everything else, before all of that happened, he was so confident and assured of himself. And then after his parents' death, he just kind of withered. And then it was Sanlong's turn to step up and be the support for him. So they complete each other. They complete each other in so many ways. And I'm just all about it. I'm all about it, damn it. It's so good. And then, yeah, we cut to him, and it's sort of, this felt like an extension of the last episode of season 2, where he finishes the drawing for Shilian. And I also love the height difference. I love that Sanlong ends up being taller. Of course he does. Of course he does. Yes. So, from there, we got the second OVA. And the second one was actually an extra, I'm pretty sure. The second one was actually an extra that they animated, because I remember reading it at the very end, which is the story of Shilian and Hua Chong basically going into the ghost city to have a dinner date. And Shilian is reminded, of the Yanjiao and the riddles at the ghost market. This is an extra, I'm pretty sure. They did not have to go this hard animating the extra. They didn't have to do it. Honestly, look, if we have to wait for the other seasons and they want to go ahead and animate the extras, go right ahead. Go right ahead. The material is there. Go right ahead. But I don't know if they'll get that risque. But I also really love the Ghost City. I love it. It has such a Spirited Away vibe to it, where you have all of the demons and all the ghosts and the spirits, and they're all different shapes and sizes. And there's the lantern fish, those 3 down the corner look like Pokemon. They're so cute. They really are kind of ghastly cute. And so Shilian in this extra is thinking about, New Year's and his family. And so he's feeling kind of tired, and Hua Chong's like, well, I can carry you anywhere. So all the residents at this point, all get together and try to play a game with Shilian about guessing the riddle on the lanterns. And the trick is, whenever he gets the lanterns together at the end, it forms Hua Chong's name. And he's like, the answer is flower. And they're like, oh, that's so tough. If all the gods joined forces, their smarts wouldn't be as much as yours. And it's like, now, come on. But he's like, I already know what these are. And then he's like, well, it's my flower, my home flower, Hua Chong. And Hua Chong gets a little bit in the moment, where he's like, you guys orchestrated this, and I did not give you permission to do it. And he's like, he gets really flustered. And then they're like, oh, please, master, don't be angry. It wasn't my idea. It wasn't mine either. And so he sends them all away. It's okay if they know that Shilian is his husband, but they don't need to make fun of it and play games. I just love that the whole city's in on it, and they're totally fine with their master, the Ghost King, having a husband. The Ghost City's pretty progressive, as you know. But yeah, and then they see the steaming Yanjiao, and that reminds him of his time as a kid. Also, the lanternfish, before we get to that part, the lanternfish streaming into the ghost city and the ghost manor. Gorgeous. The animation's so pretty. This with the lanterns, with the candles in them, they're so pretty. I love the animation in that. And then him helping him up, Heaven Official's Blessing is just pure romance. And yeah, as they're walking back, oh, look how cute they are. He's like, I didn't tell the ghost city to do this. I didn't tell them to do the lantern riddles. They're going all out with these decorations. I didn't tell them to do this for you. They just are, because they know that I like you. And Shilian takes it all in stride. And he's like, but if it were up to you, you wouldn't design a riddle like that. And he's like, what do you think I would do? And there are rare moments. What I was going to say is that there are rare moments where Shilian is rather forward. And forward in a way of saying, I know exactly what you would do, actually. There are moments where he gets like that. This is one of those moments where he gets him in his face. I'm amazed that this got past the censors. Where he's like, obviously, my husband, Hua Chong. And of course, Hua Chong is like, gay. I got you. Shilian says it without thinking about it, and he's like, oh, well, I mean, of course, that would be the case. And he's like, mm-hmm. So he takes him back to the manor, and that's when he sees the dinner, and it reminds him of home. He's like, is this the one that you had imagined? The fact that Hua Chong got him a dinner made that reminded him of his dinner with his family at the time is so sweet. In the extra, Shilian also thinks back to like one of the times he was really struggling and didn't have enough money, and a kind man and his like family offered him like a free meal that was akin to what his family gave him on New Year's, the Yanjiao, and he gets really like nostalgic about it in the moment. And then we cut back to Hua Chong. So, and he already had it ready for him. Like, look at that face. Look at that face. That's a man that knows. That's a man that knows exactly what he's been doing. I'm like, Song Long looks great there. Hua Chong looks amazing in that moment. That's a very good look for him with the little the hooded eyes and everything. He's like, eat with us, Gege. And he's like, of course. I just love the two of them together. It's so sweet. And he's like, this feels just like it did back when I was a kid. Like the idea of home and being with somebody that you care about. Oh, that's so beautiful. And then we get the last one, which is, the last one is just like so brazen. And I was like, don't forget to animate the rest of the season. Don't forget to animate the rest of the season because it's worth it, especially with the fetus spirit and everything. So before we get to that, I want to talk about this opening. It is gorgeous. There's a shot of Hua Chong kneeling by the statue with the umbrella. So there's that shot there. There's the lanterns that Hua Chong orchestrates to show all of Shilian's powers, which is great. That shot is gorgeous with the sun and the moon, like showing them together day in and day out. And it's them coming out of the water after the kiss. So good. So good. Love it. And then there's them walking through the ghost city. And then there's them they're in one of the temples there with all the flowers. But the one I get is where it's like in the mountain with all the statues and paintings of Shilian and all the butterflies and stuff around him. I'm like, don't tease. Quit teasing. Quit teasing. Quit teasing us like that. That's not fair. All the statues. And then I think this is my favorite shot, though, where they're having the Yanjiao and there's all the lanterns and the fish there from the ghost city. That probably is my favorite shot. I love the lantern fish. That's so cute. Yep. And then this is them in the manhwa. I need to get the manhwa, honestly. But I want the manhwa where it's like, I hate to say this, but I want the manhwa where it's past Banyu. I don't. Somebody said they got a copy of like volume 3 and it was still Banyu. And I'm like, oh my God. I need the later on versions. I need the stuff that's been animated and drawn later on. But yeah, they look amazing there. So we cut immediately into... Now, the preface of this, if you have not read the books, you need to go to my channel. I've got all the reactions for them on there. But the preface for this is that Shilian has been chasing the fetus spirit that has this evil negative energy surrounding it. And he flies into a pond to try to escape it and then ends up nearly drowning. And Hua Chong shows up to save him. Yeah, there's the evil spirit looking quite Halloween-y and sinister. And Hua Chong gets in the water to try to save him. But of course, as, Don Mai rules dictate, you can't exchange spiritual pressure unless, you do some kind of short ritual. Obviously, the easiest ritual to do would be to just exchange oxygen through the most accessible holes available, which is their mouths. So he has to kiss him to exchange spiritual energy. I was like, they're not going to show it. This is very Yuri on Ice. This is like, we're not going to show you the actual kiss, but we're going to show you enough that you're going to know it's a kiss. like in Yuri on Ice, it's a kiss. In this, it's a kiss. Like there is no confusing it for being anything else but a kiss. Like it has to be, right? There is no confusing it. But, oh my gosh. I can't believe we actually got anything close to this, honestly. I was wondering how in the world they were going to do it. And they did. They did. Even if they had to animate this sequence and cut it out and just leave it in the OVA, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. Do what you got to do to get around the censors and their homophobic ways. Do it. Do whatever you got to do. Also, Shilian's reaction to the kiss, where he's like, "Oh God," like, "Oh," it's one of my favorite reactions when he gets to shore. Also, the power of butterflies can cure. It's a cure-all. I love when they get to shore and Shilian's like, "Gee, where are my?" He's like Velma from Scooby-Doo. "Where are my glasses? I just gotta find my way around here." And then he's like trying to get away because he's so embarrassed and has this mega moment of gay panic. Also, I love this touch of having Hua Chong after the kiss stroking the pearl. I love that moment. That's such a nice little detail. Yes, indeed. And he's just like, Hua Chong's like, he got greedy. He got hasty. He kissed Shilian and he's like, should I have done that? He didn't consent to that. Was I out of my, did I do something I shouldn't have done? I got really hasty in that moment. You can just see it all written over his face. He's like, what did I do? What do I do now? Meanwhile, Shilian's like, ha! Shilian's not mad at it. He's in fact totally fine with the kiss. He just doesn't know what to do with his feelings. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, I'm hungry. No, I'm tired. No, I need to go find my hat. Where do I go? And he's like, where's my stuff? I'm looking for something. And then I like that little grip that Hua Chong is like, okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. And then he just lifts him up. I like that Shilian tries to get away. The way they animated the spike in his leg, that was really well done. Like, he falls down. And of course, yeah, San Long is immediately like, did someone hurt you? Do I need to go destroy a mountain and kill an entire race of people to, protect you? What do I need to do? Like, San Long would do anything for Shilian. And the way they animated, he's like, what's wrong? He's like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, I know it's not it almost looked like the way the blood is, that there was a chunk taken out of his foot. I know that's not the case, but still, it's a fair amount of blood. And he's like, I'm going to be fine. And then, Hua Chong's like, no, you're not. Not until I carry you. I love the little silver thread. There's the red thread around his finger, and then there's a silver thread, the moonlight hitting the threads of Shilian's ribbon. It's also well done. It's beautiful. And then he gets carried back to Paradise Manor. And he's like, forgive me, I wasn't myself. And he's like, it's fine. And I like the Shilian's like, the kiss wasn't a big deal. I was just overreacting because I was having a panic moment. Yeah. And then he's like, I'm going to treat your wound. This scene here where he takes the pin out. Yeah, that thing being like a damn splinter. No, thank you. I like the detail of drawing the shackle on it. The needle coming out of the foot. No, thank you. Absolutely not. And then he gives him the clothes to wear for their dinner date. Of course, they look kind of reminiscent to what he wore during the festival, but also they look like they're married. It looks like wedding garb robes. They're beautiful. This literally felt like a She's All That moment where it's prom and Shilian comes down the stairs, because whenever the slow zoom in on Hua Chong's face and then where he's mouth agape, it's sixpence none the richer's kiss me down at the bearded Barley. The curtain pulls back and there's Shilian. Animators knew exactly what they were doing. He looks amazing. He looks gorgeous. And he's just like, oh, hey, how's it going? And San Long's like, this turned out so good. He's like, do I look weird? And he's like, oh, hell no. He's like, what's the opposite of weird? He's like, what is the opposite of weird, sir? That is what you are. That fox. And yeah, then they go to the ghost city to have their little dinner date. And it's paralleling them as the married couple walking through the woods. Oh my gosh. Oh, amazing. So good. Oh, these were definitely worth the wait, but I'm almost mad because now I want more. Now I want more Heaven Official's Blessing, and I'm not going to get it for who knows how long. That's so frustrating. That's so frustrating indeed. What a damn tease. What a damn tease. Well, I can only hope that they're going to animate something at some point to give us more. That would be amazing. Hope they do that at some point. So let's keep our fingers crossed, right? Anyway, I'm super excited to see what we are going to get. I hope you all are excited as well. But anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm excited to hear your thoughts down below. And I want to know what you all thought about these 3 OVAs. And hopefully we'll get some more Heaven Officials Blessing content in the future. But in the meantime, please leave a like to this video, a comment, subscribe to the channel if you want more reactions. And I'm curious to know your thoughts down below. Have a wonderful week. Please take care. Stay safe. And I hope you all have a great time. And I will see you very soon with more reactions. Bye.